Hello Pisces, I'm Christy. You're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, because obviously it's not happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What's happening for the beautiful Pisces this week? That was too many cards. What is happening for the beautiful Pisces this week? Firstly, you have the Chariot. Beautiful. Success, travel, successfully multitasking. Then you have the Seven of Cups. Daydreaming, procrastinating. Then you have Death and Judgment coming out together. So as always, I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more out of them. Chariot though, like I said, travel, success and multitasking. The thing is with the Chariot is this just feels good. I don't know how to explain it better. Like I don't know why I'm getting Hunger Games come through, like when they're all on the chariots, and even though that's probably not a good thing, but it's like that feeling of standing on those chariots and having everyone like, wow, you know, giving you attention of like you're doing something well. It's not the attention, it's the fact that there's things happening for you where other people are seeing you succeed in some way, almost like you're in that parade, right, of like, wow, people want to keep watching you, people want to keep an eye on what you're doing in order to emulate what you're doing or mimic what you're doing, because they just know that you're almost like a good blueprint to copy in some way. Even if you're watching this right now, like, why would anyone want to emulate what I'm up to? I don't think you realize sometimes it's like you don't see yourself how other people see you. You don't realize how many people would love to be in the position you're in, and I just feel like there is some type of success that you're coming into this week where people are going to want to mimic it in some way. Seven of Cups, you also are, I don't know why I'm feeling like the word escapism is coming through, which is interesting because that's not really Seven of Cups at all, but it's just almost like fantasizing, daydreaming, being a bit delusional in a good way in order to sevens are important also for you in some way, number 7. But yeah, I feel like there is something you maybe, there could be a feeling you're avoiding feeling, or even a situation you're avoiding facing, big or small this week. With the Seven of Cups, it feels like you're going to mask it or escape from it. With rebirth here, this is very beautiful. Death, rebirth, rising from the ashes, a new start, a new phase, out with the old, in with the new. There is some type of new phase you're coming into in your body, in yourself, in your life, in who you are. I'm also getting something about a relationship as well is going to start over. If you're in a romantic relationship, it's like rebirth. You may have thought something was over or that it was needing serious healing. With the rebirth, I just feel as if there's something that's going to have a complete fresh start right when it needs it most. Judgment card, there is also some type of big decision, big judgment call. Something big is happening. You've got, like with the Chariot, rebirth and judgment, that's 3 majors. Out of 4 cards, you've got 3 majors, which means major stuff is happening, and major like rebirth is happening, major judgment calls are happening, and major success with the Chariot. Speaking of, clarify the Chariot. 7 of Wands. 7s are important. That's your third 7. 7 of Wands can be protecting and preserving, or also persevering. And I feel like with the Chariot card there, you've persevered, and that's why you're going to experience a lot of success in your life in general, but also this week, because you've persevered and stuck to your guns and held your ground. There's something you may have been stubborn about or just known not to let others sway you. Like you're not easily swayed or something. You know something is meant for you and you're going to keep pursuing it, and then there's success. there's success at the end of that because you carried on. Even if you had no reason to, maybe on the outside in the physical 3D world, believe something was going to work out for you, you're still believing it's going to work out, which is tying in with that Seven of Cups of like delusion in a good way. You're delusionally just believing something is going to happen, and it does. Five of Pentacles, I do feel like that's coming with this only, how do I put it? The only downside, because there's always light and dark to everything, the only dark side to this is there's something where you have experienced and gone through a time of being alone and having to be the only one that believed in you, or having to be the only one that saw something in the exact way it is. Like you may have faced people seeing things or painting you in a different light to what you actually are, and it just seems like you've been through a lonely path to get to where you're about to be. And then you may also experience then realizing maybe you thought there was going to be more with the success. You may have thought there'd be more or less loneliness tied to it, and you may realize actually that's a different side of life. You are going to experience success in your career, or in your, it seems career, but it's not going to actually bring you success in maybe your social life or in your finding your people. That's a different path you're going to go down next, I feel. Clarify the Rebirth card. Temperance. There's a new phase starting, and it's very balanced, it's very harmonious. You've been through pain, you've had that part. Now there's this rebirth of you getting the healing and experiencing the lighter side of life. You've been through the heaviness, now you're getting the opposite. Temperance, balance, things balancing out and tempering. I feel like the hot and the cold, and then this, I just feel like there's pain and there's healing, and you're now getting to infuse all this healing into what you've been through. You're not, I feel like also with that rebirth and temperance coming through, where I said there's something about a relationship healing and having a new phase, Temperance is a beautiful card to come out for that, because I just feel like there's, I don't know why I'm getting something about your gifts and your natural abilities and someone else's natural gifts and abilities, where they're going to be working together instead of against each other from now on. If that someone else is very good at speaking their mind and you're very good at holding your tongue, whatever it may be, there's that harmony coming in where you're going to get a little bit of someone else's ability to speak their mind, and they're going to get a little bit of your ability to hold your tongue, and there's just so much harmony coming in from you and someone else. You're becoming new people together, but like you don't need to become new people, you just almost are aspiring to be better in every way you can. Clarify the Judgment card. You have the Ace of Cups, new love or healing in love. That's so funny. So those of you that are single, you actually do have new love coming in. And those of you, like I said before, there's definitely healing coming in your love life, which is so nice. It just seems like you needed more harmony and a more like fresh start. And some of you did feel like a relationship was about to end, and you're going to be very happily surprised that it's not. It's mending. And always use your own intuition, because this is a general reading, but for the majority of you, it looks as if you are healing your relationship or having a new one come in, which is going to be very healing for you and this person. Judgment, though, is a big decision and a big judgment call, so it could be a really tough call, maybe to let new love in or to heal a certain partnership, because you may already have decided you don't want love or that you don't want to heal something, and so it's like you're so solid and you're so like stubborn in your belief and in your what you've convinced yourself you want and don't want, that there's going to be a big call for you to make when you realize, oh, actually I was so sure I didn't want this, and now I'm a bit confused because in my mind I know this isn't something I thought I wanted, but in my heart I'm kind of really called to this person. What do I do? Like, there's a huge judgment call to make, a huge decision, and I feel like some of you, there's this energy of you maybe wanting to cut someone off before it gets too deep. But also with the Ace of Cups, it could be you then healing that, if that's a pattern for you. I'm gonna wrap your reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's very short and sweet, but deal with it. No, I'm kidding. I've been trying to do longer readings and I've just not done that this week, so it is what it is. If anything I said resonated or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Tall Tarot Tuesdays.